shaking a little bit. I'm shaking a little bit. I may or may not be caffeinated. Hydration, brought to you by water. What's going on, music lovers? It's Jex Russell, the guy in the colorful jacket. I have some CDs to show off today, going all the way back to July. So go on ahead and pack a lunch. Come on right back. All right? All right. How's it going, guys? Jex Russell, the return continues. I just finished making my my long-awaited vinyl update, and now I figured I might as well show off my CDs. I thought I had a lot more. I grabbed, I tried to remember what I've grabbed. This is going back, like I said, since July, so I was trying to remember. I feel like there was more. I might have forgotten some, but these are the highlights, let's just say. And I'm gonna get right into them because there's a lot to show off, and I'm gonna try not to talk about every single one. Some of them I'm just gonna show off, like the common ones at least, and maybe say a few words about other odd titles. But yeah, I don't want this to be an endless video, so let's get right into it. July, Salvation Army Find. Could not pass this one up. This is Ronnie James Dio, This Is Your Life tribute album. I actually haven't listened to this one since I picked it up in July, so I'm gonna have to give it another listen. But this was great for $2. I could not believe it. Great packaging. Here we go. Whoa. Yeah, love Dio, and this is a great tribute. So yeah, Dio, This Is Your Life. These next three, these were given to me by Pla back in the summer. Feels like so long ago. I can't even remember if we traded or if he just. This is stuff he wanted to get rid of, and he gave them to me, or maybe I bought them from him. I can't remember. But yeah, these are just CDs that he didn't want anymore. So I was like, yeah, I'll take these. Megadeth. This is The World Needs a Hero, uncensored cover with the little big rattlehead coming out of this guy's chest. I know some versions had like this was just covered up with something, it's censored. There is a censored cover. This is the uncensored cover, which I thought was cool. If you can see it, there might be a glare, I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't familiar with this Megadeth album. I mean, I had seen the cover, but I had never listened to it, and I listened to it once, again, back when I got it, and I liked it. I liked it. There's not much Megadeth I don't like, so yeah, look forward to listening to this one again. Thanks, Pla. And also from Pla, Experience Hendrix, the best of Jimi Hendrix. Don't have to say nothing about this. Hendrix rules. And he also gave me this one. This is Electric Ladyland, which I had never heard this album. I know, I knew some songs, obviously, the hits, but, Crosstown Traffic, All Along the Watchtower, obviously. But yeah, this was obviously a great album. Jimi Hendrix can do no wrong. Yeah, really cool set. It's in a bit rough shape, as you can see. It's got a little bit of wear and tear here, but hey, Pla, I'm pretty sure he gave it to me, so I can't complain. Thank you, Pla. Awesome. Love Hendrix. Living Colour, Time's Up, their second album. I do believe I got their first one earlier last year, 2017. What's it called? Vivid. And I love that one, so I was looking forward to checking this one out, and it's just as good. I love Living Colour. I need more from them in my collection. These guys need no introduction. It's the Mighty Priest, Judas Priest. This is a cool set, a 2-for-1, with Stained Class and Ram It Down, which I thought was a bit of an unusual pairing because it's, you got two different eras of Priest, but it's cool. Like, Stained Class, obviously, Stained Class. I love it. It's a fantastic album. I do love the 70s Priest. And actually, that's one that I'm missing on vinyl. I have a whole lot of Priest on vinyl, but that's one that I'm missing, so I'm just happy to find it on CD at least. And Ram It Down, I do have on vinyl. That one, it's not a bad album. It's definitely not my favorite from Priest, but, still got some great songs on there. Heavy Metal, Blood Red Skies. A lot of people hate on Johnny B. Good, the cover. I don't find it that bad, to be perfectly honest. I mean, obviously, it's not the original Johnny B. Good, but it's, I don't know, they changed it up, they made it their own. It's very 80s sounding, but I don't know, I don't find it that bad. So yeah, cool double set. I got this one at Livewire. Yeah, I thought it was super cool. I didn't have any of these on CD, so I thought, why not? This, Razor, Evil Invaders. Some people say their best album, and I think I would agree. This is a fantastic Canadian thrash album. I had actually picked up 2 other Razor CDs over the summer. Executioner's Song and Malicious Intent, I believe they were called, and yeah, I love them. And then Ricky Gallant, whom I talk about quite a bit, we trade stuff back and forth, and he didn't care for this one, so he asked me if I'd be interested. I said sure, so I traded, I forget what, some cassettes or something, and yeah, everyone was happy. Once again, I'm gonna do that a lot here. I'm gonna choke while doing it. Destruction. This is the Sentence of Death EP, paired with Internal Overkill. So another 2-for-1, but this time on one CD. German thrash metal. Didn't have anything by these guys. Heard a lot about them in the vinyl community and just in the music community, and a lot of people show off this particular set. So yeah, I saw this. This was at Matt's Media Outlet. Again, on the Facebook page, he showed off a bunch of new CD arrivals, and I saw this, and I called him up right away, like, can you put it aside for me? Is it still there? And it was still there. So yeah. Very cool. I'm worried. I know when I show off CDs, you get a glare. I have windows all around me, so I'm hoping you're seeing this okay, you guys. Destruction! Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. Again, this is one that I don't really need to say much about. I just didn't have it. I had Cowboys from Hell, and I think that's all I had from Pantera. And this is the follow-up, which I love. I love Cowboys from Hell. I can't say Cowboys today. Cowboys from Hell and Vulgar Display of Power, my 2 favorite Pantera albums. After Vulgar, I don't know. It's just something about them that just, it just wasn't my style. A band that I just got into last year, Sepultura, Roots. I had asked around, in the music community here, just people how they felt about this one, because I got into Sepultura. I love Chaos AD, fantastic album, and I also have Beneath the Remains. Those are the only 2 Sepultura CDs I have. And then I saw this at Matt's once again, same trip, and it's a really cool set. It's like a deluxe 2 CD set. So yeah, so I was actually debating. I had 2 CDs in my hands. Well, yeah, this one and Accept, Balls to the Wall. And that one I've had it on vinyl for years, but I thought it would be cool to have on CD, just to listen to in the car. And then Paul was with me, and he's like, well, Sepultura, man, like, you gotta get it. You already have the other one on vinyl, you don't have this one at all, get it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then so we get into his car and put it on, and I was like, you made me get this. I didn't care for what I heard. Again, I didn't even finish it. I was really kind of discouraged. I thought this is not at all Chaos AD or anything like that. And that's what I heard. I had asked people, and they said it wasn't that great. But I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to give it another chance sometimes. Sometimes it's just a matter of the mood that you're in, and, I'm not giving up on it. I'll give it another shot sometime, and, maybe it wasn't that bad as I thought. And again, I was just giving Paul a hard time, like, you made me get this. No, it's still cool having the collection. Like I said, it's a cool double deluxe set, so I'm not complaining too much. It's kind of a rarity, this one, I think. I had heard about these guys in the VC, and I can't quite remember who. I think it was Corey's VC channel. But if not, Corey, you'd be into these guys, but you might have shown them off, but again, if not, this is right up your alley. Old 70s psychedelic rock, proto-metal, whatever you want to call it. It's Jerusalem, self-titled. I believe their only album. I found this on a Facebook group that I am on. This guy was just getting rid of CDs, and I saw this, and again, I remember seeing it in the VC. Couldn't remember from who, but I thought, hey, I'm going to grab it. And this is an interesting release. Actually, I don't think it's official by any means. I couldn't find it on Discogs, and everything about it is just weird. Like it looks like this looks like a sticker. I'm pretty sure this is a DVD-R. It even has that. I don't know. It looks like a DVD-R to me. You know how you can just kind of tell by looking at it. And then when I popped it in to rip it onto MP3, it's just, the song titles were all messed up. They were like in another language. I don't know if it was German or what, because or maybe Russian. I don't know. I don't know the writing, but even there's writing at the bottom here. Hopefully you guys can see, but it's not English. So yeah, and also there's 10 tracks here, but when I popped it in for MP3, there was 9. So I'm like, there's a track missing, so I had to listen to the whole thing, and eventually, it took me a long time, but I figured out that tracks 2 and 3 here, Hooded Eagle and I See the Light, are on one track on the CD. So it's like 2 songs for one track. So that's why there's only 9. Also, there's there's a few typos here, and track 10 actually, Kamikaze Moth, wasn't on the original release. I think that was only released as a single, so it wasn't on the actual album. So that's kind of cool that that's on here. But yeah, weird release, but fantastic album. I love this album, and I recommend it a lot. And I like that it's a cool release. Like, I was messaging the guy just after listening to it. I'm like, man, this is a weird release. Like, it's the songs are all messed up, and he thought I was not satisfied. He's like, oh, do you want your money back or something? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this is a cool rarity. I'm just sharing. Like, this is an oddity, But no regrets whatsoever. Very cool. This needs no introduction. This is Kiss, Creatures of the Night. Picked this up at Sunrise over the summer. As you can see, it's still sealed, just because I just haven't gotten around, I haven't been in the mood to listen to it. I've heard it so many times, and I like to, if I get new sealed stuff like this, I usually like to keep it sealed so that by the time I am ready to listen to them, it's like Christmas, you unwrap it, and it's got that new CD smell, I'm weird like that. But if any of you guys are like that too, please let me know. It would make me feel better. Again, at Sunrise Records, Ramones, Rocket to Russia. Didn't have this one at all, so yeah. And the Ramones releases, I love them. They're like, they have the bonus tracks and they're expanded, and yeah, very cool. And I'm spitting all over it. There we go. Okay, these next couple, got these in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Taz Records, Anthrax, Sound of White Noise. I didn't have any Anthrax featuring John Bush on vocals. For the longest time, I was all about Joey Belladonna, and I was just didn't care for anything else that came after. But as the years went by, I realized that their other stuff isn't that bad, and this is their first album with John Bush, 1993. Didn't have it, and this is a fantastic album. It was a different sound, but it's great album, and happy to find it. $10, so yeah. No, I don't see it out in the wild that often. That's why I had to jump on the chance. This one was $1. This is The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, featuring Andrew Dice Clay. Remember that movie, The Rock and Roll Detective? I have it on DVD somewhere, and I thought it was an enjoyable movie. And I've had the soundtrack on cassette for a while, but I couldn't really remember it. But I know it has Motley Crue on here, Rock and Roll Junkie, Queensryche with Last Time in Paris, and Richie Sambora doing a cover of Jimi Hendrix's The Wind Cries Mary. So those were the 3 tracks that really made me want to get it, and they're the 3 best songs on here. And everything else, got Billy Idol, Cradle of Love, Dion with Sea Cruise, Sheila E. with Funky Attitude. So far, this is really like early 90s, like kind of dance, like the kind of stuff I remember hearing in the house from my older sisters growing up, in the late 80s, early 90s, that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah. But, at least the 3 songs I mentioned make up for it. But yeah, good thing it was only $1. That's all I'm going to say. Fu Manchu, California Crossing. These guys, again, I remember hearing about them, but I can't remember from who. I think Frank, Channel 33 RPM. Let me know, buddy. I think you've mentioned these guys before. Kind of like stoner, surfer rock. And I dig it. They're pretty cool. Good stuff. Oh, this was a blind buy gone right. Varga Prototype. Found this at a local shop, Parlor Pawn. They don't have a lot of CDs, but and usually it's always the same stuff, like Shania Twain and Rod Stewart. I can't even say his name. But yeah, a lot of that, Celine Dion, a lot of that stuff. But then I saw this, I'm like, this looks like this looks like it might be metal. And then I looked them up on Google, and yes, they are. As it turns out, they're a Canadian metal band. You know, and they have a little combination of thrash metal, industrial metal, a little hint of industrial, and it is fantastic. Like, I recommend this. If you guys can find this, Prototype by Varga, check it out. Like, I can't recommend them more. I think I've played them a couple times already on my radio show since then. So yeah, Varga, not Viagra. Varga. It's a whole different story. Extreme debut. You guys know I love Extreme, and this is one I've had this one before, but my copy was pretty beat. So and this is another one I don't often find out in the wild. I see Extreme 2 Porno Graffiti all the time. If I bought every copy of Extreme 2 I ever found, I'd have like shelves full. Like, that one is, I see it all the time at thrift stores, pawn shops. Like, everyone's getting rid of it. I don't know why. It's a great album. But the first, and Extreme 3 also, I see that one a lot. But the first one, never. I think I've stumbled upon it 2, maybe 3 times, you know, that I can remember. So found it. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. This one is super clean, much better than my last copy. So yeah. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Again, like Extreme, I found this at Taz Records in Halifax. I actually found this one 2 days after he passed away. And it's not because I was out like, oh yeah, Tom Petty died, I gotta go get as much stuff as I can find. No, I just happened to be in the rock section at Taz, and then I was in the Tom Petty section. I saw this one, I'm like, oh, this is a good album. I actually have it on vinyl. I got it from Frank, Channel 33 RPM. Thanks, buddy. So I thought, this is a good album. It'd be cool to have it to listen to in the car. So I picked it up. Yeah. Another Nova Scotia find. Really happy to find this. I just discovered them last year, or maybe the year before. Driving and Crying. This is Fly Me Courageous. Fantastic stuff. This is like a combination of southern rock, blues rock, hard rock. It's I can't recommend these guys enough. I'd like to find more by them. This is actually Pla. He didn't remember this, but Pla introduced me to these guys. He sent me the title track, Fly Me Courageous, years ago. This is like my first year I was in college, so it would have been fall of 2015. And I remember listening to that song a lot while studying and stuff. And I never really checked out any other of their tracks. So then when I found this one, I was psyched. And the whole album is fantastic. Definitely check it out. A few Salvation Army finds. Morrissey, Boner Drag. Love Morrissey's style, love his voice. Don't agree with everything he says. It is some dark and depressing stuff sometimes, but still cool mellow music to have on. Little Shop of Horrors soundtrack. I love movie soundtracks. I love this movie. Used to watch it a lot as a teenager, so great musical stuff. LL Cool J. This is All World compilation. Love me some old school rap sometimes. So, Can't Live Without My Radio. Classic. What's the other one I like? Going Back to Cali. Good stuff. I've had this one before, and I got rid of it over the years when I was just getting rid of CDs. I think this is one I was saving up to buy an engagement ring for my now wife. So I got rid of a bunch of CDs, and this one I was like, I wish I would have kept it when I'm in that mood for old school rap. So I found it again. This is another one from Ricky. Another trade we did, I guess. Anvil, Strength of Steel. That came out slowly. Strength of Steel. Captain Kirk, coming at you. Anvil, great Canadian metal from Toronto, Ontario. Anvil, yes, like I've mentioned in my past vinyl update, these guys aren't as easy to find around here. You'd think they're a Canadian band. They're probably everywhere. Not the case. When you find some Anvil, you hold on to it because it's not as easy to come across, and whenever you do, it's usually kind of pricey. So I wasn't going to pass that one up. Also from Ricky, Iron Maiden Killers. Not much to say. I didn't have this one on CD. Do have it on vinyl though, so wanted that one. Alice Cooper! Hey, stupid! Alice Cooper, not gonna pass up. Didn't have this one, so. The Coop rules! Van Halen, OU812, another one, had it on vinyl, same old story, didn't have it on CD, so yeah, it was $3 over at Matt's Media Outlet. Not my favorite Van Halen album. I loved 5150 with Sammy Hagar, but this one here, I don't know. Yeah, it's not the best, but Van Halen. Love Van Halen, so had to get it. Warrant. Dirty, rotten, filthy, stinking rich. I always have a hard time saying that title. It's funny because I had just gotten the cassette of this, and then I found this on CD, and I'm more of a CD collector than a cassette collector, so I picked this one up and I sent my cassette over to Frank, channel 33 RPM. This is the theme of the day, boys and girls. Yeah, Frank, he's my buddy. Of course I'm going to talk about him. I sent him the cassette right before Christmas, so I'm pretty sure he was very appreciative. So yeah, good album. This was pre Cherry Pie. Cherry Pie, of course, was their biggest era of success. But this here has some great tracks on here. I love So Damn Pretty, Should Be Against the Law. Great song. Also the DRFSR, which stands for Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. I can't say that. It's a tongue twister. But yeah, those are my two favorite tracks on here. Sometimes She Cries, track 4. That's the one I was like, ooh, did I make a mistake? I didn't care for that track, but then as the CD progressed, it got better. So yeah. Warrant. Toys, toys, toys in the attic. Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Yeah. It's the same old story, man. I had it on vinyl, didn't have it on CD. I love to have them on CD to listen to in the car, so yeah. That was a good find. Soundgarden. This is Badmotorfinger. Yes, it is. Again, found it at Matt's media outlet. Soundgarden is a band that I want to get more into. I have a few of them. I have Super Unknown as well, and I listen to them, and I don't hate the sound. I enjoy it, but it's not something I'm like, oh yeah, man, this rules. This is awesome. I'm more like, all right, it's on, and I don't hate it. You know what I mean? But I wanna, because I hear people praising Soundgarden all the time, and Chris Cornell, amazing vocalist, amazing voice. I will say that. I respect the man. It's really unfortunate what happened, but yeah, Soundgarden it's a band I want to get more into, and again, I think it's a matter of time. I don't hate them, but I'm never like blown away by them. But still good to have in the collection. Salvation Army find Elvis Costello. This is his debut. My Aim Is True. I actually didn't have any Costello in my collection, so that was a no-brainer. And finally, Cinderella Night Songs. This is one I didn't have on vinyl, but I had on cassette. So thought this would be quite the upgrade. Nothing for Nothing. That is the song off of here. For me, that's my favorite song. Nothing for Nothing. Killer track. There you go, guys. Thanks a lot for bearing with me. I know that was a lot. I always say the same thing. Like, I'm not going to say much about these, and then I go off on tangents and I just talk. That's just how I am. Once I start talking about music, I can't stop myself. So, yeah. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. And again, I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to try to get to work on my vinyl tag 2018. So stay tuned for that. Thanks a lot for watching. And as usual, please leave me some comments. Let's talk. That's my favorite part about making these, just talking music with you guys back and forth. So be excellent to each other. And till next time, this is Jex Russell saying, stay classy, BC. Ciao, baby. I got water in my stash, man. I'm the stash man. Okay.